Hi friends, my name's Sophie and welcome to your practice and welcome to my channel where you'll find yoga classes as well as HIIT and strength training classes. Today we're moving through a longer flow. It's going to be around 60 minutes, so a full length class, which I'm super excited about because there's nothing like a full-length class to just make you feel at home in your body. And that is what we're focusing on today, is feeling a sense of being at home and arriving into our bodies as a safe place, a place where we take refuge, we find our oasis in our bodies. So we're going to get started in a seated position, cross-legged. Now, by the way, if you have props, if you have a blanket and you want some padding under your knees for certain poses, feel free to grab that. If you have blocks, those will really come in handy as well. But I'm going to be demonstrating the whole practice without props, just in case you don't have them at home. So we start cross-legged and sit tall. Go ahead and close your eyes. And if it's more comfortable to keep your eyes gently open where you're just gazing at the ground, that's fine too. We take a moment to feel the sitting bones rooting into the earth beneath us. Our focus is sort of on the energy center at the very base of our spine today, so the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. And this area is associated with strength and stability and being connected to the earth and feeling our feet and feeling our base of our body. Right now we're connected to the earth from our sitting bones. We can visualize tendrils or roots reaching down from your seat down into the earth, like you're plugging in or connecting like an avatar. And from there you find length of the spine, length of the back of the neck. And on your next inhale, fill up only just a third of the way. Fill up 2/3 of the way. And fill up all the way. And hold. Then exhale all the way out. And continue doing that on your own for a few rounds. So filling up in 3 parts, pausing in between. And when you exhale, it's this distinct sense of letting go, kind of giving yourself to the earth, surrendering. Let this exhale be your last one of this breath. And let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Perhaps you activate Ujjayi breath. You're still connected into the earth with those imaginary tendrils. And we breathe Ujjayi, so in and out of the nose. And as if you were making a ha sound, but with your lips closed. There's a little constriction of the back of the throat, which ironically makes the breath longer and draws it out. And we use this breath to guide us through the practice. Now visualize those tendrils or roots reaching back up into your body like you're reclaiming them. And begin to gently blink the eyes open if they're closed. And reach your arms up to the sky. Interlace your hands. Flip your palms up so the hands are facing the sky. Keep the thumbs together. If this is too much, just extend your arms straight up. We're going to take a side bend to the right. Rise back to center. Inhale. Exhale, side bend left. Reach your arms back up and release your arms all the way down. Wonderful. Put your hands on your knees. We'll take some cat-cows. So as you inhale, draw the shoulders back. So it's like seated cat-cows. Exhale, round and curl. And keep going. Inhale. Exhale, find your rhythm. Find your flow. The next time you come forward, you're going to go over to the right. So we'll take circles. And then back, around, and to the left. So continue to go in circles and smooth out the circles. And the next time you come forward, switch directions. Now we'll come back to center and even out the spine and come into tabletop. In tabletop, I want you to look at your hands and just spread your fingers and make sure that you're pressing down into the insides of your knuckles so you feel the support, the rooting down through the hands. Then take your left leg straight back behind you and bring your left foot over to the right side and gaze over your right shoulder towards your left foot. A little bit of a side bend. Then extend your left leg straight back, inhale. Exhale, bring your knee back down. Take your right leg back and over to the left. Press back through your heel and gaze to your left. Bring that leg straight back up and bring your feet back and knees back down to the ground. Tuck your toes if they're not tucked already and come into downward facing dog. Lift your hips. So feel it out. Arrive in your down dog, whatever movement you need to do. And for today's mantra to keep us focused throughout the practice will be so hum. So inhale, so. Exhale, hum. And it means I am. It means I am that. Let's gently walk the feet to the hands. So let's take 10 steps. And then once you get there, lift up halfway and find some length. Exhale, fold forward. Feel free to bend your knees, especially for this first one. To just be kind to the body. And notice how your feet interact with the mat underneath of you. What parts of the base of your feet can you feel? Slowly rise all the way up. Shoulders and head come last. And pause here. On inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause. Arms down by your sides. We'll reach the arms up again. This time, lift your heels. Try to balance to the best of your ability. And bring your hands back to your heart, keeping the heels lifted. Bring your arms back down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, put your heels down and lower all the way down into a fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank. Find your strength. Spread your fingers. Feel your hands and feet, how they support you. They hold the weight of your body. Then we'll lower to the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take your arms out in front of you and lift your head and shoulders off of the ground, and then lift your legs also. So right into locust pose. Keep your legs lifted. Put your hands wide on your fingertips. Then set your feet down and lift up for a cobra on your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, lower back down to the ground. Plant your hands under your elbows, tuck your toes, lift your thighs, and press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward and step or hop or crawl or dance to the front of the mat. Lift up halfway. And fold as you shift your weight into your toes a little bit more. Inhale, root down through your feet, rise up, reach the arms up, and lift your heels up. Hands to your heart, keep the heels lifted. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let's fold down to the ground, trying to lift your heels. So keep your heels lifted as you lower all the way down. Once you get down, you can put your heels down. Halfway. Lift, exhale, step back to plank. Shift forward, lower down, halfway, and hold. So you're in chaturanga. Use your knees if you need to. You just set them down. And then lower all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes, lift up for cobra. Peel the chest away as high or low as it feels good for you, as long as your elbows are slightly bent. Inhale. Exhale, back down to the ground. Tuck your toes. Maybe slide your hands back under your elbows more. Lift your thighs and press up to plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Look forward. Make your way forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand. Reach and lift the heels. Keep the heels lifted, hands to your heart, and then bring your arms all the way down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Keep your heels lifted. Exhale, fold forward. Heels down, half lift, and step your left foot back behind you into low lunge. So you're on your fingertips here. And if you have blocks, you can put them under your hands. I definitely recommend. Inhale. On exhale, we straighten the right leg. Inhale, bend the knee, so. Exhale, straighten out your right leg, hum. Keep going. Pause in your straight leg. And if it feels good, lift the bottom of the foot, only if it nurtures your body to do so. Then bend your knee back into low lunge. And from there, plant your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Firm your back thigh. And spread your wings. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Hands down inside of your right foot, hum. Move your right foot to the right. Put your back heel on the ground. So you're in a warrior lunge. And walk your hands to the front left corner of your mat. So your feet are kind of like in a warrior one. Pin your right hip back so you're right in the center of your body. You're right in the center of the mat. Your hips aren't jutting out to the right. One more deep breath. Maybe bring back Ujjayi breath if you lost it. And then bring your hands inside of your right foot and lift your back heel and put your back knee down for lizard lunge. Untuck your left toes and then put your right hand inside of your right thigh and push it away from you as you rotate to the right. And if you'd like to reach your right arm up and grab onto the back foot, you can. And if you do have that back foot, if you want to increase the stretch even more, if that calls to you, you can flex your foot and hold on to the top of the foot or the ankle. Let's take 3 breaths. Ujjayi breath keeps you focused, keeps you centered and grounded. Let's release the foot back down. Put your hands down. Come up onto your fingertips. We'll come into Malasana squat at the front of the mat. Feet wide, hands to your heart. And then reach your arms forward so that you're not using your elbows to hold your knees out wide. Use the strength of your legs. Plug your shoulders back. For 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. Feet come to hip distance apart. Lift up halfway and step your right foot back behind you into low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, bend and open the heart. Exhale, straight. So keep going like that on your own. Just a few more. About one more. Land with straight legs. And you can stay here and press down into your left big toe mound. That might feel really good. Or you lift the bottom of the foot and squeeze the hips towards each other. Try to flex your left foot even more. Bend your left knee, come back into a lunge, plant your right hand, and lift your left arm up as you rotate and twist. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands inside of your left foot. Move your left foot to the left and the right foot to the right with the heel down. And come into a warrior lunge. It's a very primal, very animalistic pose. Connecting to our roots. Connecting to nature. And put your hands inside of your left foot, right under your shoulders. Lift your right heel and come into a lizard by setting your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. And put your left hand inside of your left thigh and push your knee away from you. This creates so much nice space in the sacrum and the hips. Option to lift your left arm up and grab onto your foot. Or maybe flex your left foot or your right foot. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee. This time step back to down dog. From down dog, shift forward into plank. And we're going to lower all the way to the ground. Let's see if we can take 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you land, take your arms out in front of you and lift everything up for locust, strengthening the back body. And then take your arms into a cactus and hold. As you lift your chest, can you anchor down through your pelvis so the tailbone gently tucks? Place your hands underneath your elbows. Your legs are still lifted. And then put your feet down and come into upward facing dog. So the hips lift off of the ground. Inhale. Exhale, flip back over the toes as you make your way to down dog. Inhale. And as you exhale, set your knees down on the ground, knees together, forehead to the earth, child's pose, arms down by your sides. And take just a few breaths to connect inwards into your body, to ground into this place that we call home. And then let's rise up and come into tabletop. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Let your head relax. Point your knee to the sky. Notice if you're leaning too much to the left, can you bring it back and wrangle it in? Draw the left hip back. And extend your right leg straight back and square your hips. Square even more. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your right upper arm and try to touch as high as you can and hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot between your hands and pause. Fingertips are framing your foot like we kind of just did before in our lunge. And set your back knee down, let it just tap the ground. And then lift it back up. Lower it down. Lift it back up like a string. Keep going. It's like a string getting loose and then taut. Loose and taut. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Good. Pause there. Walk your hands to the back of the mat for Skandasana. So you're in a lateral lunge, a side lunge. Your left knee is bent. Your hands are to your heart. Right foot flexed if you can. If you're up here a little bit higher, that's no problem. Do what you can. And then switch to the other side. Try not to use your hands like you're dancing. Right knee is bent. And reach the arms up. If that's too much, keep your hands at your heart or on the ground. We'll switch again to the back of the mat, but then transition to a low lunge facing the back of the mat. So you're pivoting. And then lift your right leg up for standing splits. Bend your right knee and catch a hold of your right foot with your left hand. And point your knee to the sky if you can. Everything that I'm giving you throughout this practice is an option. Make it work for you. And make sure you're doing movements that honor your body, making good choices. So we're going to release the grip of the foot and take the foot over to the left side and set the outer edge of the foot down so it's off of the mat and your left arm reaches up. Maybe you plant down through your right hand more, your left knee is bent, and maybe you slide your leg out a little bit more. It's like you're in a funky lizard or a funky side plank, however you want to interpret this. Inhale. On exhale, we're going to put the hands down and slide that back foot up so you're just on the toes, but your legs are still crisscrossed and your fingers are on the ground and your left leg is more straight now. And maybe you fold over your left leg so we feel a big stretch through the outer left leg all the way from maybe the ankle all the way up into the outer hip. Lift your right leg back up into standing splits. Inhale. Exhale, feet together at the new front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your left foot back and rise up to high lunge. Take your right arm behind you as you take an open arm twist to the right. Spread your fingers apart. And your hips and your legs support you. They feel strong. Swivel open to warrior two. So you're facing the left side of your mat. And put your right forearm on your right thigh for side angle. Reach your left arm over your ear. Then extend your right arm to the back of the mat. So it's extending across your front body, just hovering. And rise up to reverse warrior. Flip your right palm, reverse it. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Put your hands on your hips. Turn your right toes in. So we're setting up for prasarita, for a fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Your hands go down to the ground. And you can stay here like how you are, or you can grab onto your ankles, your feet. Any other variation that you feel like you want to do is fine. This is your practice, your home. There's something so special about finding a refuge in our bodies. Finding that place of refuge that's always there for us. Put your hands under your shoulders and lift up halfway. And then walk your hands to the front of the mat, low lunge, pause here. Step back to one-legged plank. Come up onto your right fingertips. And put your right hand behind your head. These are all options. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Always a slight bend in the right leg. Extend your left leg straight back. Square your hips. Inhale. Exhale, knee to left upper arm. As high as you can. Hold, hold, hold. 3-legged dog. Inhale. And exhale, step your foot between your hands. Fingertips frame your foot. Lower your back knee to just gently touch, and then lift it back up. So your front knee stays bent, and you're just lowering and lifting your back leg. One more time. Pause. Back of the mat, Skandasana. That's your lateral lunge. Hands to your heart. Do the best you can. Try not to use your hands. Can you switch sides? Staying low. There's something so satisfying about that. Switch. Maybe reach your arms up. We'll switch back to the back of the mat, but then turn and face the back for low lunge. Lift your left leg for standing splits. Bend your left knee and grab onto your foot with your right hand and point your left knee up. Then release your foot. Keep your right arm up. Slowly extend your left leg out to the right. Bend your right knee and reach your right arm up. You're on the outer edge of your left foot, pressing down into the base of the right foot. Inhale. Exhale, hands back down. Shift your weight over your right knee again and start to lift your back heel so you're just on the toes and you're folding over your right leg. Maybe the right leg is straight. I call this gazelle pose. Lift your left leg up, standing splits. And bring your feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge, reach the arms up. Left arm reaches back, twist. Open to warrior two. Side angle, left forearm on left thigh, right arm over the ear, but then continue to cross your left arm over the front of your body towards the original front of the mat. And rise up to reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your left leg, hands on your hips, turn your left toes in. Option to interlace your hands behind your back. Interlace them so that the palms are touching. Nice strong grip. Inhale. Exhale, fold. If you'd rather have your hands down, do that. We'll start to make our way up into a half lift. So if your hands are interlaced, release them. Put your hands on the ground, half lift, and walk your hands to the front of the mat for low lunge. Step back into a one-legged plank, or ignore me and do your own vinyasa. Come up onto your left fingertips and put your left hand behind your head and hold for 3, 2, 1. Plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. So we are doing some repeating. Straighten the right leg out, inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Fingertips frame your foot. This time we just do one tap of the back knee down to the ground, and then we lift it back up. Skandasana, back of the mat, left knee bends. Hands to your heart. And Skandasana, front of the mat. Just keep your hands together. Low lunge facing the back of the mat. Pause. Standing splits, lift your right leg. Bend your right knee, grab onto your foot with your left hand. And then cross your leg over to the left side for your funky lunge twist thingy. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. And let's just take the right leg straight back up for standing splits. Inhale. Exhale, feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, rise up to high lunge. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, open to warrior two. And when you exhale, you land. Side angle just for a breath. Reverse warrior. Inhale, feels so good. Exhale, warrior two. Might feel hard, that's okay too. Straighten the right leg and put your hands on your hips and turn your right toes in. Catch your breath. Inhale, exhale, fold. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk your hands to the front of the mat, low lunge. This time, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, bend your knees and sweep your arms up. So Utkatasana pose. Now as you stand up, you're going to take your left leg with you into a one-legged mountain. Balance here. It's okay if you're wobbly. Put your right hand on your hip, and with your left peace fingers, grab onto your left big toe. Reach your leg forward. Even out your hips, so your left hip draws down a little bit. And then take your leg out to the left if you'd like. You can also bend your left knee and do the same thing with just your hand on your knee instead of straight. And now we're going to cross the left ankle over the left thigh for figure four and bring your hands to your heart. Get a little lower. And then rise up. Take your left knee up. Keep your hands to your heart. So one-legged mountain. And then go through warrior three. So take your left leg back, tilt forward. Gently step back to high lunge. Really slow. Reach those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down inside of your right foot and slide your right leg out to the right. A chance to do Ekapada Kundanyasana here. So you'll take your right shoulder and bring it underneath your right leg. Slide your right foot forward. You really want your right knee up on top of your tricep, like as high up as you can onto your shoulder. Bend your elbows and maybe you fly. And then if you'd like to make your way back through Chaturanga, you can do that. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, let it all out. Let's take one more deep breath. In through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Remember, if this is feeling challenging, then I did my job. That's the goal. This isn't meant to be an easy practice, right? So lean into that. Lean into the challenge. Then lift your left leg up. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. Straighten the left leg out. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Lower the back knee down. And then lift it back up. Walk your hands to the back of the mat, Skandasana, hands to the heart. Switch sides. And again, switch. Low lunge, back of the mat. Lift your left leg up for standing splits. Bend your knee, grab onto your foot. So now you're starting to get the flow. Bring your foot over to the right side. Funky lizard thing. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, hands down. Straighten the left leg back out for standing splits. Inhale. Exhale, feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift again. Exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale, reach the arms up, high lunge. Exhale, open arm twist. Open to warrior two. Side angle. Back up to reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Put your hands on your hips and turn your left toes in. Keep your hands on your hips. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk your hands to the front of the mat. Low lunge. Step to the front of the mat halfway. Find that length. And exhale, dive forward. Chair pose. Lift your right leg up with you. Left hand on hip. Right fingertips grab onto your right big toe. And extend your right leg forward. Right leg out to the right. And cross the right ankle over the left thigh for figure four. Get low and sit back into your hips. Plug the shoulders back more. Lift the right leg back up into one-legged mountain. Keep the hands at the heart as you take your right leg back for warrior three. And just kind of passing through. Find your balance. Gently step back to high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down inside of your left foot. Slide your left foot to the left. Now you can just stay here in pretty much a lizard lunge. Or go into your balance. Left shoulder under left leg. Slide your leg out. Ekapada Kundanyasana. Flying splits. For 3, 2, 1. Make your way back through your flow. Let's take child's pose, however way you'd like to do that. Reconnect. Feel your heartbeat, your blood flowing and pumping through your body. So much aliveness from this practice. There's so much energy stored within us that's just waiting to be activated. Let's make our way back up slowly into table. We're going to lower all the way down onto the belly here. Rest your forehead on the ground for a moment. Arms down by your sides. And either lift up for locust like we did earlier in practice, or bend your knees and take bow pose. And press your feet into the hands and kick up. So Dhanurasana. Inhale. Exhale, release. Rest your head to one side. Let's do one more time. Locust or bow. Ready, bend or straighten the legs and lift up. Heart is open. Three, two, one. Release. Rest your head to the other side and windshield wiper your legs. And release your legs. Place your hands under your elbows. If you feel like pressing up to plank, do that. Or you could just press up to table. And we're going to switch into a seat. Well, we're actually going to switch into boat pose, Navasana. We won't do too much here, don't worry. But can you lift your legs up? Bring your hands to your heart. And then lengthen and open, lengthen your chest, your spine, open your chest. Words. Lower down halfway and bring your right elbow to the right. Come back to center. Left elbow to the left. Center. Rise back up. Again, down. Tap your right elbow to the right. Center. Left. Center. Back up. Just one more time. Stay with me. Right. Center. Left. Center. Come back up. And then cross your legs and sit tall. So if you haven't noticed, we've been doing a lot of lower body stuff today, and we're going to continue on that train because in line with getting grounded, we have to start from the bottom, right? So that we can make our way up. So we're going to work more into the hips. So let's stack the feet on top of each other for either double pigeon, so the knees and heels are stacked, or if this doesn't feel good for you, it's a really simple adjustment, but also profound. Put your front foot in front. Now you're just in a cross-legged seated position. What I always tell people is your legs are just crossed. That's it. You're just crossing them, and then we're folding, and you're going to feel something either way. So you're going to sit tall. And in fact, you don't even have to fold. This might feel like a big stretch for a lot of us, and that's fine. And if you want more, then you bring your arms forward. But only go to where your body is nurtured. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. I am. We'll start to gently walk the hands back up. And switch sides. Just notice and observe how your energy is starting to slow down. If and when you're ready, bring it forward. Start to rise on up. Okay. Switch the cross of your legs again, but then we're going to go into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So, well, actually, let's do the same side for ease of explanation. So, bend your right knee underneath of you and cross your left leg over. Okay? Right knee's bent, heel comes in towards your body, left leg crosses over. Then wrap your right arm around and grab on, like wrap your elbow around your knee and interlace your hands. And root down through your seat and root down through your left foot and lengthen and twist to your left. The length of the upper back is so important here. One more breath. And come back to center. We'll switch our legs. Left knee bends, right leg crosses over. Both knees are bent, but the left leg is underneath. Wrap your left arm around. Interlace your hands. Lengthen and twist. And gently come back to center. Uncross your legs. Shake them out. Do a nice fold. Reach your arms up. Sit tall. I want you to have a little bend of your knees, your feet flexed, and reach forward. And you can grab onto your feet if you'd like. Find length and fold and let go. And Maya Angelou said, "I long, as does everybody else, to feel at home wherever I am." And when we have this practice, we can find refuge wherever we are. Let's begin to rise back up. Bend your knees. Put your hands behind you with your fingers facing forward. We're going to lift up for reverse tabletop. So lift your hips up. Heart to the sky. Lift, lift, lift for 3, 2, 1. Sit all the way down. Now stay here with your fingers are facing forward. Stay here. Bend your elbows, but pull your heart forward. Then squeeze your elbows towards each other. So you keep bending the elbows so you're sort of moving back, and at the same time, your heart is moving through. It's a really nice extension for the shoulders and the upper arms. Now while we're here, let's take the feet wide, and drop the right knee inwards. And bring the knee up and drop the left knee inwards. Little outer hip stretch in the internal rotators. And then bring the knees back up. Good. Slowly rise up and lay down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest right when you get there. Then rock side to side. Feels so good to connect with the earth after we've done a lot of work. Feel the back of your head. Take your arms out wide and drop your knees all the way to the right. Put your right hand on top of your left knee if it calls to you. Notice the breath and the smoothness of the breath. Smooth like butter. And can you soften the muscles in the front of the neck and the jaw? Gently bring the knees back up and drop them over to the left. Right arm to the right. Left hand on top of right knee if you'd like. And there's this sense of being connected, of unity through this soft subtleness of movements as we move into our parasympathetic nervous system now. Every movement is sacred. Every breath is new and fresh. Let's bring the knees back up. Hug them in. And we'll release the legs all the way down for Shavasana. The arms down by your sides. The eyes close. And you feel the weight of your heels in your palms. And you just rest in open awareness. Begin to invite small movements into your body. Start to bring awareness back to your breath. Extend your arms overhead and take a full body stretch. And then roll to one side and rest there for just a moment. Just soak in this feeling. And then gently press up to a seat. We'll bring the palms together and bow together in gratitude for this practice. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you practiced with me today. I hope you feel great. If you enjoyed, comment and let me know. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, like the video, all the things, so that we can support each other and I can continue to put out these practices for us to practice and move together. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening, and I will see you next time.